You know that moment when someone promises they'll knock out Oleksandr Usyk, and instead they get knocked out themselves?
Turn into a nightmare here at Wembley. Big right hand from Usyk. Oh! And he's gone. He's out. Daniel Dubois.
That was Daniel Dynamite Dubois. He was shouting from the rooftops before the rematch in July 2025. "I'm going to KO Usyk." And everyone saw the headlines. But spoiler alert, things didn't quite go to plan. So let's fast forward past all the bravado, past the trash talk, and see exactly how that promise turned into the most spectacular reality check in heavyweight boxing. Buckle up, this story has punch, precision, and one hell of an ending. From day one of that rematch buildup, Dubois left no room for doubt. He was loud, bold, headline-grabbing. He called Usyk names, declared it would be a bloodbath, said the fight would be over early, and made it clear this time he'd finish what he believed was stolen from him in their first clash. That earlier fight, back in August 2023, ended in controversy. Dubois landed a body shot ruled low by the ref, denying him what might have been a career-changing knockout. So every interview, every stare down, every media moment was charged with personal stakes. Dubois had backed up his words too. He'd demolished Anthony Joshua in September 2024 in 5 explosive rounds at Wembley. He stopped Filip Hrgovic, rolled through Jarrell Miller, and looked unstoppable. Suddenly, his bravado had substance. He wasn't just playing the hype game, he earned it. The narrative cemented itself. He was the hungry contender, young, powerful, unstoppable, a striker on a mission. But when you fill the room with noise, the pressure builds, because even the loudest vows mean nothing if you don't back them in the ring. Meanwhile, Usyk stayed silent. No flashy quotes, no press room theatrics, calm interviews, focused training, quiet confidence. And that only made the contrast sharper. The vocal challenger against the peaceful champion. Usyk didn't feed the hype, he absorbed it. On fight night, Dubois carried expectation. Usyk carried experience. And when the lights came on and the bell rang, that contrast became crystal clear. Dubois, fueled by noise and adrenaline, charged forward like a man chasing destiny. But Usyk didn't flinch. He slipped, he rolled, he countered. Every wild swing from Dubois met measured footwork and sharp counters. The storm that was promised turned into a lesson. All that noise faded punch by punch as Usyk's calm dismantled Dubois' chaos. It wasn't just a difference in skill, it was a difference in mindset. And on that night, the quiet man spoke loudest with his fists. The bell rings. Round 1. Dubois attempts center ring dominance, pressing forward, trying to force urgency. But Usyk glides, feet light, jab crisp, timing impeccable. Every time Dubois swings, Usyk slips or steps back and counters. You can feel Dubois' confusion. Why is none of this landing? Despite size and aggression, he looks tense, his punches telegraphed. Usyk, meanwhile, floats free. Round 2 shows promise. Dubois lands a heavy body shot. Was this the flash of hope? But Usyk counters instantly, landing a shot to the chin that snaps Dubois' head back. The jab keeps popping, each clip stinging like a reminder. Dubois' breathing quickens. His urgency grows, but so does his recklessness. In round 3, Usyk starts controlling the pace. He feints, angles, and jabs to the head and body. Dubois swings big, but most punches find air or block. When Dubois scores, it's in scraps, never sustained. Usyk's rhythm and spatial control are suffocating. Fans sense it. What was supposed to be Dubois' fight is slipping away. By round 4, frustration mounts. Dubois unloads combinations but still misses rhythm and distance. Usyk adjusts. Instead of dancing, he begins stepping in, attacking back. The tape-measure jab becomes a weapon, cutting off Dubois' momentum before it builds. Dubois' legs slow, his guard drops. One clear sign, while Dubois is hunting, Usyk is carving. This phases numbers. Dubois throws more punches, but lands far fewer. Usyk lands precisely. It's the yawning gap between raw and refined. The hype train derails and reality crashes lands. Round 5 opens with Dubois still swinging, maybe believing early pressure can turn the tide. But Usyk instantly speeds up. A crisp right hand lands. Dubois stumbles. That's the first flash. Usyk smells it. A jab followed immediately by an overhand right snaps Dubois' head sharply to one side. He hits the deck. Dubois beats the count, but steps up sluggishly, glassy-eyed. He tries to continue, but Usyk doesn't wait. He snaps in and unloads a compact left hook. Sharp, clean, lethal. Dubois collapses again. This time it's all over. The ref halts it at 1:52 of round 5. 1 minute and 52 seconds of stopping power. 1 second shy of heartbreak for Dubois. What made it brutal wasn't volume. It was precision. Punch stats back up the story. Usyk landed about 42 of 201 punches, while Dubois threw more, but landed only 7%. Usyk's jab was surgical. 137 thrown, 25 landed, while Dubois landed virtually none. Power shots? Usyk delivered 17 of 64, Dubois only 10 of 67. Usyk hit headshots more than twice as often and landed body punches. Dubois landed none to the body. In short, the man who promised a knockout got perfected in every metric. The spectacle around Dubois turned silent. The man who promised to finish the fight was the one finishing face down on fresh canvas. After that knockout, the world felt different. Usyk didn't flash or preen. He raised a glove, bowed, and exhaled. At 38, after reclaiming all 4 belts, he cemented himself as a generational great, the first 3-time undisputed heavyweight champion in the 4-belt era. He named contenders: Fury, Joshua, Parker, though he emphasized wanting rest. Dubois, quiet. You could see it on his face. Disappointment, regret, shock. Not just from being knocked out, but from realizing how much planning and IQ he lacked. He admitted, "There were things I could have sharpened, but take credit from Usyk, I'll be back." His trainer, Don Charles, said Dubois would come back stronger, but acknowledged the gap. Heart and power aren't always enough. Rankings shift. Dubois plummets. According to Ring Magazine's latest list, he fell from number 2 to number 5 after the loss. Analysts debated, was Dubois ever on Usyk's level mentally? Was his style ever suited to crack a technician like Usyk? For many, the answer became clear that night. But at 27, Dubois isn't done. He still has thunder, he still towers, and he still has time to evolve or face similar reminders. Trainers, promoters, and boxing fans are asking, can he rebuild smarter, not just stronger? Or was this the ceiling of his trajectory? Usyk, meanwhile, continues building a legacy. As pundits reflect, some place him in the all-time top 20 heavyweights, a space shared with legends like Ali and Tyson. That knockout over Dubois added a chapter in a career defined by intelligence over aggression, technique over torque, and patience over punch count. After the final bell rang and Usyk's hand was raised once again, Daniel Dubois stood there, not just beaten, but visibly frustrated. The hype, the talk, the training, it didn't translate into the result he promised. And that left fans wondering, what exactly went wrong? Physically, Dubois looked ready. His power shots were there, and he even had a moment of controversy in round 5 with a body shot that dropped Usyk. Some screamed it was a legal punch. Others called it a low blow. The ref ruled it low, giving Usyk extra recovery time. And that, right there, changed the entire tempo of the fight. Dubois looked deflated after that. It was as if the air had been sucked out of him and out of his game plan. Mentally, it seemed Dubois wasn't prepared for Usyk's rhythm and awkward angles. The Ukrainian is not your average boxer. He's constantly moving, constantly adjusting, and he doesn't give many clean openings. Dubois found himself swinging and missing more than landing. And every time he stepped forward with aggression, Usyk met him with speed and precision. After the fight, Dubois was visibly disappointed. He insisted the 5th-round shot was legal and said he had been robbed. Some fans sympathized, but many pointed to Usyk's dominance before and after that moment. Even if that shot had been ruled fair, could Dubois have finished the job? Now the question is, what's next for Daniel Dubois? He's still young, he still packs power, and he clearly wants to prove himself. But this loss means rebuilding, maybe even reinventing. Will he rise again or become another what if in boxing's long list of nearly men? Time will tell, but the spotlight has definitely shifted. So here's what happened. Daniel Dubois, the man who swore he'd knock out Oleksandr Usyk, ended up being the one exposed. He came with power, confidence, hype. Usyk responded with precision, timing, and composure. The talk was loud, but reality was louder. Want more deep dive fight breakdowns like this one? Hit like, smash subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss the next story where hype meets history. Thanks for watching, and remember, in boxing, it's not the volume of words, but the weight behind the punches that tells the real story. I'll see you in the next one.